least attempt to. The local is as solid as it's been since President Mike Martin took the helm from President Larry Brennan. Local 337 was barely making bills and payroll at one point. President Martin had us buckle down and make tough decisions to reinvigorate the local. With the full board approval, making decisions, our local, years later, is fiscally sound under Secretary Treasurer Young's fiduciary responsibility to the membership. We've had numerous audits by the International Union and have had zero egregious violations on how the local is run as recently as 2022. All the executive board members have a voice at our e-board meetings. It would be an injustice if I did not say that we have rarely disagreed in our e-board meetings over the many years we have met. Our decisions have been in the best interest of the membership. We make sure that we take care of the contract negotiations, grievances, day-to-day operations of the local, organizing, etc. I personally stepped back into the role of helping with organizing while Brother Hughes worked on the Coral Nurses campaign, which he and others did a great job by winning over close to 10,000 nurses. So, but in the absence, and Dave will point out, is that under his leadership and mine is that Will and Leroy have stepped up to get other companies organized for our local. We organize Pharmacam, we organize Sigma Warehouse, we organize the Kroger Fulfillment Center, which as of yesterday has gone from going to be 300 members to 600 new members there now. So, which is a huge boost to this local, and it's a testament to the organizers who got this all across the line. Right now, we're doing their first time contract. It's hard, as most first time contracts are. We're trudging through it, but it's in the best interest of the local. Our local is growing and has been growing. If taking care of our membership is seen by a few as a wrong, shame on them. I always keep some quotes in my head from people I admire. Vice President Mickey Hamilton, my first business agent. Never tear down a 12-foot privacy fence down until you look on the other side. There's a reason for that fence. President Mike Martin, Teamsters are like a nursing home. You have to keep adding members or the nursing home goes out of business, and that's part of organizing. Another one is from President Larry Brennan, who my youngest son is named after. His name's Brennan too, and he's a little shit like Larry was. We are just gatekeepers of this organization, is what Larry used to always say. The people that run the local, we're voted in, we voted out, but we're the ones that keep the gates for the local. The other one is my Marine Corps Staff Sergeant Ergain. He used to always tell us, suck it up. Being tough is not for the weak. Those are things that I keep in my head all the time. I go back and reflect on them. As most of you have seen online, phone calls, texts, word of mouth, that I unfortunately had to recommend the local 337 executive board that Jim Parnello and Tony Reisdorf be terminated for my dissatisfaction with overall job performance as business agents. They still hold their elected positions on the local 337 e-board. My authority to recommend is derived from the local 337 bylaws.
Excuse me. Was there any discipline to Tony?
So I'm going to finish reading.
Pardon me?
Let me finish reading through my statement.
Okay.
Section 13A, business agents and assistant business agents. An assistant business agent shall be appointed and may be removed at will only by the appointing authority. The local 337 executive board met and voted to terminate their employment. At bronchitis. Section 5, duties of principal executive officer. A, the president shall be the principal executive officer of this organization. He shall, in general, supervise, conduct, and control all of the business and affairs of the local union, its officers and employees, It shall determine the number of employees of the local union, subject to the approval of the executive board. He shall also select the attorneys, accountants, or other special or expert services to be retained by the local, subject to the approval of the executive board. In the event the executive board refuses to approve the principal officer's choice of expert services, the principal officer may present his choice to a duly noticed meeting of the membership for approval. He shall have charge and supervision of all the officers and employees of the local union, including elected business agents. He shall have the power to appoint, suspend, or discharge all appointed employees, provided, however, the personal actions, including discipline and discharge, regarding appointed business agents and assistant business agents shall be subject to the approval of the executive board. The principal officer shall also have charge over all labor controversies involving the local union. I'll go back to the very first one I read and I'll reiterate it. Section 13A, business agents and assistant business agents. Business agents and assistant business shall be appointed and may be removed at will only by the appointing authority. The local 337 executive board met and voted to terminate their employment. So the principal officer can recommend who's hired, who's fired, discipline, so forth. That's not the principal officers. It's not a kingdom. We have an executive board. It went before the executive board voted, the executive board upheld determinations. They're at, all business agents, every one of us that are business agents up here are at-will employees. So, we follow the bylaws, that's what happened. Good question in the back.
Based off that decision.
Can you stand up, brother?
How y'all doing?
Good, good.
Stewart third shift.
Speak a little louder.
Stewart third shift, Jerome Mills, Coca-Cola, 337. Based off y'all's decision, could we have more information what made you arrive to terminate them as opposed to having some kind of a suspension or warning?
So, I'm gonna let Kevin go on about what, the employees are at will. Technically I don't have to give anything. I did give each one of them a notice. Did they read their notices to you?
No.
It's irrelevant, it is irrelevant, because the fact of the matter is that
Well,
they're
why
at-will
don't you read
employees.
what you're talking about into the record?
It's not our place.
This is the membership, this is our.
The membership deserves an answer.
Exactly.
So we have bylaws as to why people get discharged.
Well, read it, what you put up.
I just read the bylaws.
No, not the bylaws, read why you're terminated.
Tony or Jim wanna get that. they
If
can't.
Tony and Jim wanna read out their terminations, they're more than welcome to.
We're not doing
You're in control of the meeting, you can ask them if they would.
I'm asking them right now, if they wanna read out their terminations, they can.
And
Look, folks, this is an open forum. You have a right to ask questions. He's already told you why they're discharged. These individuals want to read what they were provided. They were given a letter that defines context. It's not the reasons they were discharged. They were discharged because they're at will. He's already read that.
One question, if I'm allowed, Mr. President.
Go ahead, Tony.
So, I would love to read the termination letter. At some point I will, but I have been advised by counsel to not read that letter at this meeting. There's a lot of things I can't say right now. I appreciate each and every one of you coming out here today. It means the world. All I can say is just wait till the facts come out. you'll see what's gonna happen. I've done nothing wrong to any of this membership except fight my fucking ass off for all y'all. Jim didn't deserve this either. We were termed for what we believe, honoring our oath to the membership. That's what we were termed for. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Vice President Purnell.
Yes, so Vice President Parnell here. I've been 35 years down here. I have all kinds of history with no discipline. There was an incident that you'll hear about with Leroy, which was a bunch of bullshit because I'm the chairman at the panel hearings. That arose and they made him write a statement. Everything else is all lies, all fabricated. This is all politically motivated by those folks. And if you want to ask the E-Board, the E-Board's up there right now. Ask them what the vote was and who was the tiebreaker. Ask them that. Ask them what happened when a leader of the local union of 337 goes ahead on false allegations. I proved my case. I have all the facts. I proved it. You can ask Dave Hughes right there. He's the most honest stand-up Teamster I've known. And he's on 337. Anyone want to ask the truth? Ask Mr. Hughes right there. Thank you. And I'll be here too. I'll still be here for the membership. Guaranteed.
As it was stated, if Jim or Tony want to share their discharge notices, they're more than welcome to. There's charges filed within the local against myself, Al, there's charges filed against Jim, there's numerous charges filed. So you have to go through the process. That's why we have bylaws. We don't turn this into a description of the kangaroo court. Just, there's reasons why nobody takes it lightly. I don't want to ever fire anybody. But it's just the way it is. And it's just not, Jim wants to allude to this being political. It has nothing to do with political. This is a at-will employment status, and their employment was terminated. Jim.
Morning. Jim Lutsky, Coca-Cola, 4 years seniority. This is a bad day. So, I've been with Tony for 27 years at Coke. He's got 2 contracts under his belt with this local at Coca-Cola. Jimmy Parinello, since I've hired in at Coke, he's always been a panel member. He's probably the most diversified agent that we have. He's helped everybody in every part of the business. I think we are weakened by this decision. I really do. I think we're taking 2 steps back. I'd like to make a motion to get these guys back to work. Return them back to work. You've been a great help.
I respect you, Jim.
I'm looking at the beverage business. I'm looking at Jimmy's side of the business and the local. These guys are the most respected guys in this whole building right now. They are. They've been around for a long time. They've been under several presidents. Jimmy has. I just think we're weakened. We're weakened by this decision. I really feel that way.
Thank you, Jim.
Like I said, they can read your discharge notice to you if they want.
Hey, Todd, how about if we put a motion on the floor to reinstate these guys? With back pay, and let the members decide. These are the people that they serve.
It's out of order.
But we're left in the dark. We're left in the
Okay,
dark.
let's sit here
That's
and
unfair to the
let's
membership.
Yeah, read your discharge letters. What's going on? I don't wanna hear this bullshit, it's out of the law. Tell us what happened.
Exactly.
Stop this fucking facade, oh, I can't do it, just do it.
Read the members' good.
Yeah.
We have no problem, they can bring it.
He's the president, he runs the local, and he's checking it out. He's the one he's the one that served it.
If you got discharged, then read it.
No, he's the president, he's the one that put it out there. Right, he put the letter out
Hey,
there.
y'all hold up, everybody can't talk at one time, y'all got shit up first. Hold up, there's a reason why we're here today, and if you go by the bylaws, he already stated what happened. Now, if these guys wanna stand up and come out and tell y'all what happened, so be it. Other than that, let's move forward. Look, I'm gonna tell you, fracture make us more vulnerable. Fucking division make us fucking weak. If they wanna decide this shit, then let them go by the bylaws. Every one of y'all have one. Read your bylaws. Understand what happened. If they wanna come out and talk about what the fuck happened, let them do it. But by bylaws, they ain't paying the right for doing what they doing, being an Act 1 employee. It's up to them if they wanna tell y'all what happened. We gotta get away from this bullshit. We've been doing this too long. This man's been vetted by two of the best fucking stand up, Mike. Two of the best VA presidents we ever had. If he made this decision, this is just well thought out. So if you're gonna continue to go through this, let them read what happened.
President Martin, did you want to say something? You raised your hand. He's sorry.
You need to ask what?
This gentleman right here is racist. Sonora Ivy, fatal beverages, 27 years. Obviously, you can't talk about what the issue is, but you said they face charges, you're facing charges. What's the genesis of these charges? I mean, where did they come from? Who put these charges forward?
They're under investigation now, and
there's multiple charges going back and forth by certain executive board members. They're going to be investigated, and then they're going to potentially be a hearing. So really, they shouldn't have spoken that at this time.
You said executive board members, so it's.
Latoya Johnson, too, a member, has charges out against some executive board members on this board as well.
That's accurate, and there's charges from.
There's a lot going on right now.
There's charges from Tony and Jim against Al and Todd. There's charges from Toyle against Jim and Todd. There's charges from Leroy against Jim.
Is this executive
Charges of
invite?
Toyle against Todd, too.
Yes. They'll all go through the chain of command. If they get the hearing, they'll be heard, and there'll be decisions made.
Hey, Todd, Joe Carpenter, retired 43 years Coca-Cola.
What's up, Joe?
Been fired fucking twice, maybe more, but because of this local, I got my job back, got back pay. These guys helped me out. 337's been really fucking good to me. When shit like this happens, what this does is divide. It fucks it all up. We got an asshole in Washington that's about to fuck the whole labor department up. Now, we are in here, are gonna fucking fight against each other, which is fucking stupid. It's really fucking stupid. Now, these guys bust their ass for this local, give up their fucking family life. Every one of them, I know they do. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that something's gotta change. You can't make a fucking mistake, cause then you're acting like them fucking companies that fired fucking me. One fucking mistake out the fucking door. That's fucking bullshit. I made fucking mistakes. Get your fucking shit together.
Right. Good job, Joe.
I called on me earlier, but 73 years old.
Mike, you want to come up here?
Can't hear you.
As long as you give everybody the microphone they speak.
he's here, he's the one who can't hear.
I got hearing too.
We can't hear either.
Everyone to talk on the microphone.
That's right.
Hi, I don't need to get up on the podium. I've heard bits and pieces sometimes about what's going on in the local. Sometimes I'm smiling, sometimes I'm frowning. So I thought I'd come down, a pre-written message so that I don't get carried away. Some of you know me, I can talk for a while. So. Just short and sweet about current, my position, what I see, what's happening. Excuse me. I am Mike Martin, a 50-year member of Local 337 and past president. The issues with the performance of Jim Parinello and Tony Reisdorf have been going on for a long time. I wanted to fire them for performance-based issues before retiring in 2019. Todd Lentz, who took over as president when I retired, said he didn't want me to. He wanted to work with Jim and Tony and help develop their skills.
Probably.
Sorry, my notes are kind of squeaky here. To be 330 at all? Oh, shit. Sorry. Qualified agents. You see why I retired, right? But develop their skills and had skills, qualified agents that could help develop the necessary skills and work needs of everybody on the board, including Jim and Cody. They were included in that process. Unfortunately, the issue with Jim Parinello and Mr. Reisdorf has been a struggle, a long-going struggle in Local 337. I wanted to deal with those issues before I retired, but Todd asked me not to. He wanted to try and work things out with them and give them an opportunity to develop within into a first-rate business agents and office. But at the same going, as the saying goes, no good deed goes unpunished. And that's what's not being done right now. It's being punished by a group of people that have an alternative goal that they want to move forward. This is my opinion, and from what facts I know. And they're making it difficult for him in hopes of being able to take over this local. So you have to look at the situation and decide which way you want to go. You're at a fork road right now. He's trying to hang on and do the best he can. The other people are trying to push him out so they can do what they think is the best thing. So it's you're up to you as the members.
Mike, thank you.
Okay. I go on. It's up to you as a member to decide the direction of this group.
What was your reason for wanting to fire him? What was your reason for wanting to fire him before you left? Why did you want to fire him before they left?
Can't hear. Scream it so you can hear. Yeah. Right, exactly. Just like the employer.
Has anybody been written up in this room before?
Right, just like your employer.
I haven't since I've worked here.
That's right.
I did plenty of time to cope.
Yep.
You're good, Mike. You already said that.
You didn't explain nothing.
He didn't explain anything, but that was a quote from, that was Todd Lentz. He's gonna stand up all day.
I did what I thought was right. You're
Probably
on
should be
board.
our.
I'm cutting it off at there. I've already stuck more time than I should have. I'm 70-some years old, and I have some things, memory loss.
Take it verbatim what he said.
Come on.
Can't make accusations with no reason. But you made accusations, you didn't give no reason. So what was the reason when you guys were talking about why you wanted to get rid of him?
If they want to read your term letters, they're more.
Come on, man,
I'm not getting into personal engagement.
you guys did it, you should just spell something, man.
You have people that have Jim and and Tony both had their discharge letters.
Why don't they read them then?
Just read them.
Ask them, ask them.
So why do you guys keep asking? I already said that.
Well, then tell them to quit asking him.
I don't care, he's running the meeting, he can ask whatever he wants.
And then you guys bitch about the fucking hoodies.
Order.
What about the hoodies?
You bitch, everybody passed it, everybody said yay.
Yeah, they're
No one said no.
non-union, 167,000, that wasn't approved either.
Everybody said yeah, Tony.
167,000.
Order.
Bullshit, your ass.
Keep
Yeah.
running your mouth, Tim.
It was a month after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it go, guys, let it go.
I will.
Order. If we can't keep order, then we're not going to have the meeting.
The whole meeting is to hear what's going on.
I agree with you, brother, but they have their obligation under the laws and us. They want to read their discharge letters, and they're saying they don't want to. We are not going to violate their rights as employees for what they were right
They're
now.
not employees, they're ex-employees.
They're at will, you can do what you want.
They're ex-employees.
Was that?
Todd, we could put this whole thing to bed if we just take it to a vote right now, let them.
No, that's not the process.
That's right.
It's not that, it's the bylaws. Jim?
All right, we're talking about, Jeff wants to say performance. I don't agree with that. I don't see it. I don't see that. You know, going through the right to work where nobody had to pay dues if they didn't want to pay. Okay? I know Coca-Cola, we had 95% that still paid dues.
99%.
99%.
Good job.
Every one of my bars.
Half these guys didn't have 50% of the people paying.
Ask
We don't pay or any of us
Bill
pay
about
dues.
AJM.
That weakened us too, man. You know, these guys, our contracts at Coke are good. I think Pepsi's got really good contracts. So performance issues, it affects them.
40-year vacation's not good, buddy.
Huh?
A 40-year vacation's not good. This last contract's shit.
Is it?
Don't give me this fucking bullshit.
Okay.
And you know what? Let's stay on topic here. We're talking about Jim and Tony. Don't be going off the wall and go after them. Tell them to fucking disclose the shit.
I'm talking about performance.
Order.
Okay.
Have respect for each other. Y'all
I don't have respect. Fucking the contract.
respect.
Order.
Come on. Like we said in the beginning, we're going to respect each other.
So, anyways.
We disagree.
So, yeah, I'm just saying, anyways, it affects the membership. All this stuff is, it seems like it's an in-house. The membership is, we're the membership, we're the employees affected by this. We're affected. That's, you know, so I don't think it's performance, Jeff.
So, what's up?
He's right here.
It's no Ivory Fatal Beverages. You see what's happening at this meeting. It's division. It's one team against people already choosing sides. If there's no information being given to us, you're going to tear this local apart. Because there's some people who are Tony and Jim over here, and then there's some people who are want to go with you. I understand legally they're restricted from, you know, giving some information, but if you're going to have this meeting, you want everybody to come and be a part of the process, we need some type of answers so that we can stay together. Because what's happening at this meeting, the division, is going to tear us apart. Is there anything anybody can give us or tell us? Because it just seems like it's a feud between you all.
I'm gonna allow a couple things. I'm just not, the whole thing is that we talked about this. Tony made a valid point. There's attorneys involved on both sides. Each person, obviously, anybody can file, it's like lawsuits. You know, anybody can file a lawsuit, anybody can do this, anybody can do that, anybody can say whatever they want, whether it be truthful, not truthful. And that's the limbo that we're in right now. We are going through the process, and we'll get through the process. I mean, there's other stewards in here that want, I know there's certain stewards that are saying specific things. I got Howell, Stewart Jeff Abdul back there. I don't know if he wanted to stand up and say anything. There was a whole bus of first student people coming down here. They couldn't make it because of the weather. The issue at hand is that we had to go through the process. We're not gonna deviate from the process. It's not, Jim and Tony have their rights, the local has its rights, the international has its own constitution to it. We have bylaws that we have followed to the T.
How long is this gonna take? I know, just an estimate. Like, the longer this goes on, the worse it's gonna get for the membership.
Well, just so you know, is that, I mean, I appreciate you asking that, is that that's why we have Brandon over here helping out. He's reached out to a ton of people. He's got his roots on it. I think he's met with the stewards and stuff from UPS for the most part. He's up there. He has other companies and stuff up there that he's dealing with right now.
Courtney Johnson, Centos, Local 337. I just got one question. Bylaws are available for everybody to read, right?
Correct. Yeah, you want a copy of bylaws, go over and sign them, and we'll hand you a copy of them. So, Matt?
Pat Doherty, retired. So I was a member of this local for over 40 years. I'd like to think I put a lot of heart and soul into it. I know a bunch of you guys still. In the old days, 8 years ago when I was working, Mike was there too. He doesn't want to recognize it, I guess. Anytime there was an issue with the local, we'd shut the doors and we'd work it out. I don't know why this can't be done now. These lawsuits and all that, it just brings reproach on the local. You're gonna end up spending all the money. I don't know why you guys just don't go in there and talk about it. Now, Mike said he wanted to fire these guys. I was on the E-board, I never heard that. Never heard he was ready to fire these guys. From what I saw, they were doing their job. From what I see now, they were doing their jobs. These guys. I think they're an asset to the local that you're losing. You're driving it in, you're gonna cause an election. That's gonna cost another 40 grand out of the members' money. There's already been money spent. Cut the bullshit. Fucking meet in the room, talk, work it out. You don't have to fuck each other, just work together. Just work together. It's all right.
I think the key word should be negotiate. We do a lot of it. A lot of members get fired for other reasons. And I've had my Teamster, Todd, you, Jimmy, the great Larry Brennan, Rich Gravard, Pat Doherty, help me. Help a fat kid get elected as a fucking city councilman in the great city of Baghdad and Hamtramck. They helped me walk right in there. 2 years later, my lips were sore from kissing ass and I got walked right the fuck out. Because I'll tell you the facts. But it's a negotiations. And we shouldn't see this 337. I don't want to see it end up like fucking 299. You can take that to the fucking bank.
Again,
Pat?
every business agent up here, everyone knows progressive steps of discipline. It's in all your contracts. You get fucked up, you lick your nuts and you go to the court and you come back out and you do your job. As far as I know, talking to these guys, they never got any progressive discipline. I understand they're at will, but they're getting history going all the way back to 2019 that they should have been fired. Why weren't they? Was there any progressive steps of disciplines that these guys should be aware of?
None.
Where they could maybe fix their work habits? But evidently there wasn't.
None.
I don't know why you don't, I know they're at will.
Pat?
I know you're at will to do what you want. You did.
No, Pat, I've known you a long time, you know, that's words. But the thing of it is, it's just, if you read the discharge letters.
I've read them.
Okay, then
I would love to read them out here because everyone here would fucking be laughing your asses off.
go ahead and read them.
That's not my lawsuit. It's not my charges.
So we're not gonna get no answers by the end of the day. So why you call this meeting if we can't?
I can't hear.
We're not gonna get any answers by the end of the day? We here?
It's going through the process, that's why we have bylaws.
Why don't we just vote on it, Todd? Todd,
Because
it
that's
is
not-
the-
that's
Hold on a
inappropriate.
minute, it is the Teamster way, Todd.
It's not what the bylaws call for. Brother in the back?
My name is Martin Baker. I'm been at Coke for 26 years. I've been assistant steward for 23 of those years. When Tony, me and Tony worked together at Coca-Cola, he became steward. Me and him together came to me and said, Marlon, it's gonna be tough. I said, well, we in it now, so let's learn together. So me and him went together, we learned. He said, one guy would say, he came to me one day and said, man, the union wants me to come work for them. I said, that's a great opportunity. He said, man, I'm scared. I said, shit, you were scared when we took over as stewards. I said, well, we made it happen. He got better. He got better. I hear a lot of people talk about job performance, but you got to give a person time to get better. He was new to this. Okay, it's like being a father. There's no book how to be a father. You just learn as time goes on. And I support Tony. So just like sports, I'm a big sports person. And we all know about the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions looked great until Aiden Hutchinson got hurt. Robert Davis got hurt. Stevens got hurt. We looked good for some games, but when it mattered, it weakened us. We need our forward roster to be successful and be great. So I support.
And to your point, I'm the one that recommended to hire Tony. I brought Tony on. He stayed underneath my wing for a few years. And every contract that's been negotiated except for maybe one, I've been at the table.
That's right.
Same with Pepsi, same with a majority of the, yeah.
Listen, I wanna say a few things. I wanna say a few things, and you guys take this with a grain of salt. I wanna first say how disappointed I am in everybody up here, including myself. There's been times when I even said, hey, some guys be terminated with the information that I received. I go back to the guys and try to get some facts, and then you might have a change of heart, right? When it came down to the executive board members voting for termination, it was a 3-3 tie, okay? Tie list was the tiebreaker, all right? So when there's talks about executive board voting for terminations, there's been times where I've probably recommended some terminations until I got the facts straight. All right? This is not a time for infighting, although this is what's happening. And like everybody has mentioned, it causes division. I'm very disappointed in the state we're in right now. It makes no sense because at a time like this, we're supposed to be together. Locals doing too good, too well in regards to money being saved, the membership being represented, and organizing. All right, under Todd's leadership, like he's mentioned, when I was away doing Corwell Health, they organized Kroger and PharmaCann. All right, but the wheels never came off. Me personally, I think everything should be done in-house. I've always felt like that. There's things that you guys may not know or shouldn't know, because this is an executive board. And when we fight, there's been plenty of times that we fight behind closed doors. I wish there was some way to put the toothpaste back into the tube. Of course, you have even some members that, may think this is an easy job. It's not. This is a very, very hard and stressful job. So for those who think they're gonna come up here and take Tony and Jim's spot, I'm not singling you two out, but this is not no rodeo. This is a tough job. Todd's in a tough position. Everybody up here is in a tough position. Okay? But if you ask me, this is just, it needs to be fixed. I don't know how it can be fixed. I love everybody up here. There's not too much that I can say at this point when it comes to the termination, unless Tony and Jim would like to speak to that. But as you know, we fight for
employees and people on a daily basis to maintain employment. And you may be getting bits and pieces of information that has caused you to pick sides. This is a family, if you ask me. Some people you like, some people you love, some people you hate within your own family. But at the end of the day, it's still a family. And that goes for each and every one of you guys out there. I came down here in 2016. I've been a member since 2001. And I'm just disappointed in the place that we're at. I don't think everybody's getting the full picture. So when it comes to shouting at each other, pointing fingers at each other, that's not what we need to do, all right? I understand the loyalty and respect aspect of things, but at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And I just wish that everybody would still respect each other. Don't walk away hating one another or having certain feelings toward one another. I see Mark Boss, I see Jim, I see people going at each other. I don't like that, man. There's been too many times when we've been together in parking lots, in your backyard, people's homes. There's been allegations and I will say this, there's been allegations on Tony, some allegations which I disagree with. I won't speak to that, but at the end of the day, we gotta learn to get along and move forward. Like I said, I wish there was some way to put the damn toothpaste back in the tube. But as a membership, we have to survive. We don't want to divide it because it doesn't work for anybody.
I'll give Leroy a moment to stand up and talk, say his piece.
So just to be real honest and brief with you guys, I've been here for a little bit over 4 years now. Just like Dave said, I was a steward for 11 years at RNDC. Steward, business agent, organizer are two way different roles. The amount of detail, the amount of things that you have to do as a business agent and an organizer is far more than what you'd be doing as a steward or as a member. It takes a lot of time and a lot of patience and a lot of learning to gather yourself. There's a lot of angst and there's a lot of anxiety that goes inside your mind, trying to figure out whether you're trying to do the right things for people or not, knowing that you have your family, another person's family, another person's livelihood in your hands at a certain amount of time after time. Some stewards had a situation too when they're trying to fight for a guy, or get their job back, or get a contract done. So when I took on this job, knowing where I came from, I was so honored. I was so honored to stand in front of you. I admire everybody on here. It was like fucking superheroes to me. For real. Everybody over here I admire. So when I stepped into this position, I wanted to learn from everybody. I wanted to learn and guide. I wanted to get everything from everybody. I wanted to get every single piece of it because I knew I had to fight for you guys. Wholeheartedly, I wanted to do that. And I still do today. There was times that I might have felt that some things looked a little different. Could we have had a conversation about it? Sure, we could have had a conversation about it. But I knew I was put in situations where, whether it was gestures or things like that, that I felt uneasy. I'm not a big rah-rah kind of guy. I'm more of a mental person. So I'm not gonna jump on somebody and rah-rah that. That's not me. But it's important in front of the people that I represent, that I dearly love, and the different members that I dearly love, that I am in charge and looking like I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing, even within 4 years. They say it's 5 years when you get to learn this job. But this job is not for the weak. It disappoints me too that I'm up here and we have this division going on, knowing what we face, knowing the employers that we face, knowing the administration that's coming in. It's gonna be a tougher fight. I admire everybody up here. This man literally by himself just organized 12,000 nurses. 12,000. From the very beginning. What did that do? That made me, that inspired me to get up 2 o'clock in the morning and go over there at Kroger Fulfillment Center and just sit there and say, okay, I'm gonna get it too. We have to inspire each other. We don't have to take each other down. We have to uplift each other. We don't have to destroy each other. It's too much right now on us as a middle class to be fighting for these jobs with these employers that think that they got an upper hand because they have what they have in office now. I want to stand with y'all. I don't want to be divided. And let that be known. So whatever else you hear out there, look at me and perceive me in the character that I am in right now. Because whether I'm fighting for my people right now or I'm fighting for any other person, or I'm organizing for persons for outside of this place, I'm going to go 150%. As genuine as I possibly can. But I have to be respected, goddammit.
I'll be brief as well. Look, it's an unfortunate situation. Everybody understands that, everybody sees that. We're not here to sling mud, despite what people think. That's not what we're doing. I know people read the letter. The facts will speak for themselves. Right? The Corps Secretary Reisdorf said that. The facts will speak for themselves. As an E-Board member, when it came to the vote, I just want to reiterate what Todd kind of read at the beginning. If maybe people didn't understand or want to hear it again, duties of the principal executive officer in the bylaws. He shall have the power to appoint, suspend, or discharge all appointed employees, provided, however, that personnel actions, including discipline and discharge, regarding appointed business agents and assistant business agents shall be subject to the approval of the executive board. So I understand, Jimmy, Brother Pinson, I understand you guys want to take it to a vote. That's not the process under the bylaws. Under the bylaws, the elections are for the executive board, for the officers.
Todd's the president, he can do anything he wants.
So look, I'm getting to that. So the president recommended termination for these two. The E-Board, we saw the letters, and if somebody's asking me my vote, I agreed with what I saw in the letters, that these things don't look good for the local. And I based my decision, my vote off of that. People can disagree with that, I get it. I'm up here telling you, as an E-Board member, that's how I voted. I voted to uphold determinations. I know Brother Hughes said it was a 3-3 tie. That's inaccurate. The vote was 4-3. There's 7 members on the E-Board. Every E-Board across the United States and Teamsters, there's 7 seats for a reason. So there's not a tie. So it wasn't 3-3. The vote was 4-3 to uphold determination. Again, I don't want to get into facts. If we start getting into facts, there's going to be mud slung on both sides. That's not good for anybody. Right? So I want to reiterate this: the division in the House, it sucks. It stinks. Nobody wants it.
Nobody wants it. But the decision's been made. Thank you.
Todd, we clear up the hoodie situation because it was voted yay, no one voted no against it. So the money that was spent, no one said nothing to deny it or anything like that. So clear that up with the people that, how much you spent, whatever it may have been.
So there's ongoing litigation, the board member filed charge over that, so, Kevin O'Neill, as our attorney, will address that, because it's a charge.
I can quickly say that an investigator came in to ask questions on the hoodie issue. He got done, he was still gonna continue his investigation. He was checking the money out, and he said you can pass out the hoodies. He was seeing that the money was lining up. He was mostly interested in, was this voted on by the membership? And that was shown that it was voted by the membership.
It was done correctly.
And he said, pass out the hoodies.
Not one person said no. That showed up to that meeting. I think there was 31 members, not one, right? No one on the board said anything saying no.
Correct. Todd, was the check written in cash before we voted on it or after?
What's that? Go. It's just as easy.
The check was not cashed until after.
Was it written?
Was it written?
Well, I'm trying to answer your question. It was not cashed until after the executive board and the membership had both voted.
That's not true.
Did Larry
That's not
Scott
true.
receive that check before we voted
Well,
on it? or after?
since it's on an investigation, I'm not.
See, you're being evasive.
No, I'm not trying.
So it wasn't done right. You can say it was done right all
Correct.
you want.
But it did not go in front of the E-board. It did not.
The check was written.
It did not go in
That's
front of
what
the
you're
E-board.
saying, though.
We have the E-board minutes. What are you talking about, Mark? I'm not gonna lie. I'm 35-year Teamster. I'm not gonna lie,
Okay,
Bud.
Jim.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, but we all
This
said
is
yes.
the membership. This is the membership.
Order.
They're lying.
The check was written.
Right.
And why did you say
before it was
no?
approved.
Why did you say no?
Order.
That's false.
Let me get the facts out here, Todd. We're getting slick speak over here, you know.
By a
So,
40-year attorney?
we're a 40-year attorney.
Come on.
So, we're not gonna disparage our attorney for the local.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
What, because I said slick speak?
Look, you're not getting slick speak.
Yeah,
There's
well.
a charge out there.
I asked
The
a simple
IDT
question.
I heard
Todd.
exactly
Was
what
the
you
check
said.
written before or after? we
You're out of order again.
It's under investigation, and you will end up finding it out when it's all over. Not gonna be anything else.
Just say it right now.
Poke all you want. You're gonna find out when we find
How
out.
about we see the ledger? When that check was written?
Yeah, if anyone wants, you can go down and ask for the records. Any member can go down and request the members to Al Young to see the books in October.
I didn't see
October.
I didn't see enough of this shit, Todd. This is too much. I'm disappointed in Tony, because Tony's like my brother. I love you, brother. But I see two motherfuckers sit together and one told me to never trust. There's a whole lot going
Facts will
on
come
here
out.
that y'all don't even fucking know about.
Facts will come out. Facts are a motherfucker. Facts are facts.
Facts will come out.
I got two questions. So you guys keep speaking up.
I can't hear it.
Yes.
So are these bylaws made to the public?
Yes.
And where could us as a public, as a general, go find them?
You sign them. It's been the practice of this local before I came here, is that, and the others here, is that you come to local, you sign forms, other gives you a copy.
Sounds like there's a process of procedure that's all being followed on both sides.
Yes.
So we need to let it carry out.
Yes.
So we're veteran right now and wasting everybody's time outside of keeping it.
Correct.
So we need to move on to the information relevant and then we make our decision.
That's why the international has their own division that investigates.
I got one more question. I mean, I see the pain and hurt in everybody here, where they're on each other's side. Hate to see that. 337's always been tough. I'm a retiree, I can't make a motion, I can't second a motion. probably shouldn't even be here. I just have a question for the E-board. If you'd all be willing to go into a room, lock the door, and talk it out, find out what's going on, what we can do. So without the attorneys, just the 7 of you, and see what you can do. I can't make a motion, I think someone else here can make a motion. I don't. Just get together, work it out, and stop all this bullshit and do it. Just a thought.
No, it's good, Pat. I appreciate it.
I make a motion.
I second it.
It's out of order.
Why is that out of order?
Sounds like everybody's supporting Jimmy and Todd. What are you afraid of, Jeff?
So if anybody goes and read the bylaws, right, they'll see that it's a process, right?
Right.
So by it being a process, you have to literally let it go through its steps. And then you guys come back and tell us whatever, right?
That is correct.
Yes. Okay. Those bylaws you just said, I heard you say it twice, we can get them at the local.
Absolutely.
Okay. It's not that hard.
Last question.
That's it.
It's okay.
It's not hard.
Let's look past this moment and say these gentlemen are reinstalled. How does that affect your performance as an executive board to work together? Because I'm sure these men have some animus to be accused of something that they believe they didn't do or they know they didn't do. And then there's, accusations going back and forth. How are you going to be able to work together, if they're reinstalled, work together and not have that animus and represent 337 effectively?
I can, if there's a process and it goes through the process, in a bigger body than us says, hey, this is what this has to be, you follow the rule of law. That's why you follow the bylaws.
But I'm sure there's some hurt
I
feelings.
understand, sure. I've known Jim for 30-some years. We've been friends, we've done some pretty nutty shit together with each other, but,
Yeah.
so. President, Vice President.
So, as the brother has said here, and I will continue to say this, I was taught by Larry Brennan, it's about you folks as the membership, right? I'm still the vice president. I still have a title up there until the end of the year. I'm here for you guys. My wife has juvenile diabetes and other medical issues that I have to fight. I had to put her on Medicare. So I'm still here fighting for you guys because it's all about the membership. And because I disagreed with those folks up there, besides Dave and Tony, on the hoodies, that's one of the parts that I was removed over. Over the hoodies that was not cleared by the executive board, but by a membership, and you'll all see the evidence, because you can go ask for the ledger. In October 29th, they took the check right down to Larry's stock, because the bookkeeper told me. Because I have a right to look at stuff.
It's out of order.
No, I'm not out of order. I'm a member. And I'm here for you guys no matter what. No matter what. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, out of order because the truth. Right. You gave me the floor and then the truth. You don't like the truth.
What are you afraid
You're
of,
not
Jeff?
nobody to say out of order, Jeff. You're nobody. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Oh, I might not have to get charged. Don't do the hurt feelings, because you'll get charged.
One at a time.
Paul Zaleski, Union Steward for Sundays. Like some people have said, I'm not worried about the t-shirts, I'm not worried about the hoodies. I'm just trying to get 2 of our good people back. Because Tony's helped us, Jim's helped us, we've had 2 contracts, you've helped us at Sundance. It's kind of embarrassing to see this happen. You're supposed to be helping us, we're in the union. Right. And here we are, sitting here watching you guys fight amongst each other.
Once again, Paul, I appreciate you. You do a great job in negotiations.
But we're the ones suffering.
I understand.
Because I had to call you 3 times for a union meeting that I had to handle myself. Because you got rid of somebody that's been with us for 10 years, that knows everybody in my facility. And I had to call you 3 times to get somebody, and then to find out I had to do it myself.
We have somebody else that's coming out.
Imagine
part of
that.
transition.
So that's what happens, so we're the ones suffering, we're the union.
Yes.
We're the union.
It happens when people die, people get sick.
Yeah, good job.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Yeah.
Like Steve, second for the record.
Where's the old and new?
Marty Ballman, all in favor?
Where's the business?
Motion carries.